welcome. I'm Phil Iacarino, and I serve as Director of Product Marketing focused on Guidewire Insurance Now and Solutions. And I'm joined by Karen Furtado, who's a partner with Strategy Meets Action, or SMA. Karen, transformation and innovation are such big topics in our industry. Insurers of all sizes in the U.S. seem to be either in the middle of some sort of transformation project or are planning major transformation projects within their organizations. In one of your recently published reports, the P&C tech plans in the COVID-19 era, there was a stat around digital transformation that I think backs up this point. It was close to 2/3 of the responding insurers are revising their digital transformation plans, reshaping the plans, with a good percentage actually accelerating their plans. So it's definitely top of mind for insurers, and you have a really interesting perspective on the topic. Can you talk to us about this concept you have of two-speed transformation?
At SMA, when we look at transformation, and we've observed this from so many different companies, and certainly, as you say with the stat, it's really accelerating, we look at it as almost what we would call two-speed transformation. The first speed, which many identify with, is what we would call incremental transformation. This is when we're using our today's growth strategies. We use our current products, probably similar business models. We use the technology and data that we're used to working with today. We incrementally change our situation. We incrementally transform. That's what we would call incremental transformation. The second level is what we would call more innovative transformation. This is more as you're looking, what are going to be your future products and services? What is that next level of optimization? How are you rethinking the business of insurance? So you can see there's two ways to go at this. I think some people will often think of transformation, big change, more in what we would call that innovative level. But I know as we tease into this, you'll see how each company has maybe a bit of both, and that their transformation journeys are somewhat connected in these two speeds of transformation.
Definitely interesting, Karen. Just thinking to our industry, which transformation level do you see as most prevalent today?
The level of transformation we see most frequently is really around incremental transformation. And why is that? Because it really connects us with the foundational elements we have to have in place. If we're working with systems or we're working with processes that are 20 years old, they are not going to be supportive of any level of transformation. So as we see companies really refocus on foundational capabilities, and when I say foundational capabilities, I'm talking about your foundational core systems. Are they modern focused? Are they agile? Do they have open APIs? Are they able to interconnect with the new ecosystems we have? So how open are the systems that you work with? How agile are those systems? They are foundational. And so I see that often when I'm looking at companies that are going through incremental transformation. The first step, the big step in this journey, is to lift the foundational technologies that we're using. That helps us to connect with those new customer experiences we want to be, to really connect in with those digital transformation, the digital aspects that we're trying to bring out to our agents, our customers, and new constituents. It brings us to the point where we can really rethink the way we support customer and delighting the customer with experience versus just support. And it gives us the gateway to really start to be able to use many of the transformational technologies. So I hate to make this sound that it's all technology-based, but the reality is the incremental speed of transformation often relies on us lifting up, modernizing, and optimizing the very systems that we're using today.
So more people are focused on incremental transformation, which makes sense. But to reach the next level of transformation, what is really needed? I mean, it seems obvious it'll take more innovation, and you need more foundational technology, as you said, in place if you really want to transform your business beyond just incremental transformation. So what should insurers be considering when they think about this next level of innovative transformation, as you call it?
To really get to that innovative approach to innovation and transformation, we have to start to think about the strategies we're using. And incremental, you start with a foundation. That's all good. But when you start layering just modification of process on top of each other, it gets very heavy. It doesn't make you agile. You're not able to respond. When we take a more innovative approach to transformation, we're really changing the game. We are rethinking, we are reinventing the way we do things. When I look at claims, and we look at the process and we traditionally have someone call or maybe on their phone, they're sending in the first notice of loss and we incrementally go through it. What are we seeing companies do? We're seeing companies that are using photo apps, etc., to report in the claim. We're automatically adjusting. We are taking processes that take 4 days, 2 weeks. We have them down to an hour. That's innovative transformation. And that's fueled from a rethinking of what's the intersection of people. How do I use the people I have today? Do I need the same people? Am I rethinking what the roles are? How do I deploy my resources? I have to rethink process. Is this really the same serial process? No. And I have to rethink the technology. I need the foundational technology to be there to support the innovation, but I also have to be looking to new technologies in the whole host of families, whether it's artificial intelligence, chatbotting, new deep dive analytics that we're able to bring, the use of machine learning, robotic process automation, any type of software bots that really can help lift and drive. There was a gentleman from Grange Mutual. He had a great quote, and it's really, we have got to start to drive the robot out of the people and stop doing what we've been doing for 20 years, which is automating processes through the use of people. Innovative transformation requires companies to take bold measures to really start to rethink the business of insurance. And I'm not going way out there to say new products in the market. You could have the same products, but delivered in a completely new way, in a very digital way. Your people aren't doing the same manual processes over and over again. We have got to use those resources to the best of their abilities. And that is triaging complex situations, not focused on the simplistic.
Drive the robot out of the people. I like that phrase, Karen. I mean, it makes so much sense. Just automate more so your people can focus on higher impact work rather than that routine work that can be automated. What key takeaways would you have for any insurer who's considering innovation projects in their business? Any advice for insurers that may be watching this as they consider their transformation journey?
Phil, there are 3 main points I would want people watching this to really take away. The first is you've got to pursue a strong foundational position from which to work from. That is going to be your springboard to that next level of transformation. It's hard when you're making a building if you don't put it on solid footing. That is very difficult to move beyond there. So strong foundations are going to be critical. We have to really have our watch points set. When I talk about 2030, what are going to be your clues and the signs that you have got to watch for that the tipping point is starting to come? That as you look to the future, that just doing business the way you're doing today is not going to be sustainable in 5, 6, 7 years. What watch points as executives can you put in place to start to say that tipping point is here? We need to act. And the third we'd recommend is definitely starting today. Begin the change. Start to accelerate your pace. For those that have been on the journey and you're going hard at it, great. Keep it going. For those that haven't started, get going. Get going. The time is accelerating. The quote that was given to you at the start of this discussion, all around the incremental pace of digital transformation, realize in this COVID situation that we have actually taken 2 years off of those digital roadmaps, that insurers are accelerating and starting to do today what they plan to do 2 years out from now. How are you thinking of your roadmaps, and how can you accelerate the roadmaps, both with foundational thinking and innovative approaches to transformation journeys?
Great takeaways, Karen. I mean, things are certainly not slowing down anytime soon. And I think the current situation is just a perfect example of things are just moving faster as we all get used to working in this new digital world. It's definitely important, and I completely agree. It's imperative that you start now. I want to thank you for joining me today, Karen. As always, really insightful.
And thank you, Phil and Guidewire, for having me with you today. It's been a great conversation. Look forward to having many more in the future.
Thanks for joining.